Hi guys, welcome back to Clutter Fairy, where I help you get clutter-free so you can live stress-free. Here are some of the projects we're going to be making today. First off is this heart banner that I saw online, and I'll link to the original video. Also this small mason jar floral arrangement, and lastly this little centerpiece vignette. I'll also be giving away something today, so stay tuned till the end. So the first thing I do is go through the decor that I have for Valentine's Day and spring, because oftentimes I buy things on clearance, like this Christmas bow that I got for a dime. It was 90% off. So I'm going to pull out the decorations that I want. Oh, look, there's the things that I'm going to be giving away. So these are some blocks that I love making. Wood blocks are one of my favorite things, and I made 2 of these love blocks. So I'm going to be giving one of these away. So watch till the end to see how you can win one of those. So once I knew what I had, I went to the dollar store, and I think I spent maybe $12, and I bought some different ribbons and some different burlap fabrics. I also got this cute little pack of doilies and some moss, and then I found this really sweet bunny that's supposed to be painted, but I didn't need to paint it. And then I got these twigs of flowers. So to make the banner, I separated my doilies and set those apart. They're pretty flimsy, so one of the things that I did was make sure that there's a couple together. So if you find that you're about to pull apart 1 or 2, leave those together so that they're a little bit more sturdy. The next thing I did was separate my burlap so that I could put that on, and as I was separating this, I realized that the fabric was going to be pretty wrinkled due to it being bound to make an original bow. So I wanted to show you a trick that I have for straightening out ribbon, and that is to get an old curling iron. I have one extra in my crafting area so that when I have some ribbon that is creased or wrinkled or isn't straight anymore, I can heat it up and run it through the curling iron, and it straightens it really easily. I don't have to pull out the iron. It makes it nice and flat, and it doesn't hurt it at all. So keep a curling iron in your crafting area. A little hidden tip for you. Once it was flat, I was able to cut out some little hearts in this pink burlap. I made sure to size it so that I wasn't inhibiting where I was going to be stringing through to hang it. But once I had that sized properly, I just went ahead and made a few of those and laid them out once I decided on the layout that I wanted. I had to play with it a little bit to make sure that I was happy with my choice. I played with the red and didn't like that. I was hoping to do the brown burlap in the back first and the pink second, but I kind of liked doing the pink burlap first. I did it in 2 halves so that I could make it a little bit larger, and then I put the brown burlap on top, and I'm pretty happy with the way that that looked. So I played around with these little white stickers, and that's what finally brought it together for me. I thought that was super cute. And then once I was happy with that, I was able to measure out the distance between my windows where I wanted to hang this and get ready to string it. So if you go from the front and bring it around through the back, then you don't see the string that you're using, the twine or ribbon or whatever you're using. I'm using a nice raffia style ribbon. And then I just string them along, and this is the end look. I think it's a cute little rustic country style banner. So at the Dollar Tree, or 99-cent store, excuse me, I was able to find this cute little house, and I knew I wanted to do something with it. So it has these two little spots in the back to hang it from, but I wasn't going to worry about that. So I got my moss out and had my trusty glue gun all warmed up and just started applying the moss to the bottom until it was secure and solid, covering the whole thing. Once I was happy with the way it was all over the bottom, I was able to get my little white bunny out. I didn't want to paint him, and very securely attach him to the bottom. I cut out some of these little small flowers and twigs and just arranged those on the inside. I did not glue them, and I will explain why in a minute. So once I was happy with the placement on that, the bunny I knew was secure to the bottom, I attached my little brown burlap, the unification of my design for this season. And I will play with bows forever, so I'll snap through until I show you what it looks like. But I was happy. I just attached the little ends. But here he is. The reason I didn't glue the flowers in is because this is going to be my spring look, and right now I'm not ready for spring, but I know it's right around the corner. So for right now, I'm going to add in my Valentine's Day hearts so that it matches my decor for Valentine's Day. So I'm just going to layer those in, knowing that as soon as Valentine's Day is over, I can pop those little flowers right back in and I'm ready for spring and Easter. We're moving on to the Shadow Box. So I've had this frame for a while. It was one that I got for Big Lots for $4. So I'm just going to swap it out and make it a little bit more current for the look that I want right now, which is Valentine's Day. So I made another of those little burlap hearts that I did from the banner. And I brought out some of my scrapbook paper in black and white because that's the decor that I have every day in my home. And once I made sure that I liked the layout of it, again, I was going for simplicity, but I wanted to make sure that it fit inside and would look nice. I went ahead and cut it out so that it would fit the frame. And then once that fit the frame, I added some more of that raffia to the frame, just wrapping it inside. But I don't want to waste the raffia. So let me show you my trick for making the most of it. So I pull the full length of it and then double the raffia and attach the part where it's folded in half to the back side of it. And then when I wrap it around the front, it's already a double layer. So I'm not wasting that raffia by actually wrapping it around. So I'll bring it taut and then glue the back part of what was folded and glue that down. And then I'll snip the edge of the one long piece, but the piece that's still connected to the spool of ribbon, I'm going to wrap one last time. So really this is just one very long piece of raffia. And once that is attached to the backside, then I'll go ahead and cut it off. That way I'm wasting the smallest amount of raffia. I'll attach the burlap hearts to the front, get that small piece on there. I think the thing that's making it look super cute is the little white heart that gets just a little pop of bonus color on there. I'm going to play with this until it looks exactly the way I want it. And then I'm going to pop it in the frame. Clean it up first, and here's what it looks like once it's all done. The last craft I'm going to do, which is something I've always seen and thought it was an adorable idea, is painting one of these mason jars. So I got out my acrylic paint and I just did a dry brush technique. So I did the white first, and I did this in an up and down vertical stripe. And again, I just did a dry brush on it. I didn't want to do a solid coat and then sand it off. I've seen that technique several times. So I did my first coat in white, and then I got that nice and covered. And once I had that done, I brought it out and did the second coat, which was a very light pale pink. And when I did the dry brush technique of this, I did it horizontally and a cross grain with that brush. And this just made for a little bit of a different coverage. I wanted the glass to show through in some spots and the white to show through, and then nothing to be painted. So this was the technique I chose. Ooh, I am a fast painter. So once it was completely dry, I went ahead and got that burlap ribbon one more time, because that's been the unifier for my decor for decorating for Valentine's Day, and it will carry into my spring decor. I went ahead and made my fancy little ribbon around it, which I think, again, it's just super simple, cute, but it has that country shabby chic look that I love so much. I got my sprig of flowers from the Dollar Tree, and I cut them down so they would be the height that I wanted. And I always cut them off of the main stem so that I can play with the height. And if for any reason I ever cut them too short, I'll just shove a little plastic bag inside the jar to bring it taller. But this time I didn't cut them too short. So I put in the main color, and then again, because this is for Valentine's Day, I'm only going to add the pink and the white right now. So I played around with that until I was really happy with it. And once it was, I went ahead and added some of those pink heart stickers just to make it look more Valentine's Day. But once Valentine's Day is over, I can go ahead and add the blue and the lavender to make it more spring and Easter. So for right now, I'm going to leave it just the pink and the white, but I can add the lavender and the blue for Easter. It's just a sweet touch for Valentine's Day. Well guys, that's all I have for today. I really hope that you like my mini tutorial on Dollar Tree DIYs for Valentine's Day leading into spring. If you did like this, please click the like button, comment, and subscribe, and I will pick one winner for this little love block for Valentine's Day. Thanks so much for watching.